Right on.
What's up, YouTube? This is Doug Jenkins. You might know me from some videos. If not, I'm a music engineer, audio engineer, mastering engineer that's been doing this for quite some time. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 components you would need to start your own studio at home. So here we go. So number 1 on my list is an audio interface. Today's interfaces have become really good for the amount of money they cost. This is the one we use with the iPad. I use it in the studio to hook up external things. We have and do a lot of mastering and stuff. This isn't necessarily a mastering converter, but it is a very high quality converter. What you can do with this, the SSL-12 is the biggest one in the group, but my recommendation is the SSL-2, or they have the 2 Plus. So let me explain the difference, and that's my choice for interfaces to keep it around this budget. The SSL-2 has one headphone out, and it has no MIDI connection. So if you don't need an extra headphone out, then you can get the SSL-2 and save yourself some money. The SSL-2 Plus, I believe they added a few features. You can look on their website, but it's going to give you enough tracks to record a microphone, to record an instrument, and to monitor back. So it has monitor control, it has headphone out control, and it comes with a fancy software that should give you low latency recording in the box. So that is my number 1. Get an interface. Now there is going to be debate here. There's other interfaces, but the goal of this video is to do this and give you all the components to where you can pick and choose. But my choice is the SSL for the quality to the price. Number 2, we need a computer. The computer has become so fast these days that this is what sparked me to do the video. I was sort of blown away. Like, you can get a Mac Mini, base model Mac Mini, which I did a video on, and that Mac Mini is going to be able to handle a lot of the audio software. The base Mac Mini with a SSL-12 interface is going to be able to handle a ton of plugins. Okay, it's not like the old days where you'd buy a $500 computer and all of a sudden you can't do anything. You get into like track 6 and nothing works. So that's number 2. Number 3 on the list is 2 things. It's going to be your monitoring system. So that's going to be your headphones for when you're recording, and it's going to be your monitors for playback. Now I did a little bit of back and forth with this. This is set in stone for the intent of the video. You want something that you can play back. If there's some guys over and you're recording a bass, I mean, it can get loud, it can handle the bass, because I had some other monitors in mind. But for the headphones, I would highly recommend the Sony, I think they're MDR 7506. You'll see them in a lot of recording studios. The reason that I recommend them is they are very mid-range forward, excuse me. The mid-range is very important when you're tracking. You can hear the details of what you're doing, what you're playing. They're not super bass heavy. They're not deceiving you into thinking that it's better than it is. That's what we're looking for in a monitor. The next thing I would say on the list of monitors, I have 2 options here. If you are tracking more than mixing, I would highly recommend the Roccat 5 Classic. I think on Amazon right now, they're very affordable. You can get 2 monitors for a few $100. The other monitors that I just recommended to a guy that does a lot of mixing are the little iLouds by IK Multimedia. The iLoud is a small speaker, so when it shows up, it's like this tiny thing. Don't let it fool you though, okay? That is an awesome reference. It's similar to, I wouldn't say it sounds like an NS10, but it's a very great reference for today's systems. It's got a hi-fi sound. It's got a high-end, nice fidelity, so you can really hear what you're doing. So I would recommend the KRK5 Classic for the money, and the Sony MDRs for the headphones, and they're closed, so you can track without bleeding out and getting, you know, all that stuff out, and now you're capturing the music you're hearing. And then the IK Multimedia iLoud. So number 4 on the list is a quality microphone that you're not having to remortgage your house to buy. Microphones can get upwards of $3,000–$4,000. doing this as long as I have, there's certain microphones that fit in this category. We could do multiple mics, but this one was available and we've actually done a video on this. But the CAD E100SX is a really affordable all-around mic. This microphone can handle a lot of sources. So whether you're recording hip-hop vocals, whether you're recording an acoustic guitar, whether you're recording a guitar amp, it has a lot of purpose and it's a very high quality mic. I would compare it to the 414. I would compare it to a very neutral mic that can handle a lot of stuff. And it's well built, if I could open the box. But this microphone would be my number 4 choice for affordability, for quality. So the quality's here, affordability's here. And number 5 on the list, you need some audio software. So number 5, I gotta go, and I know that this is gonna cause a lot of controversy, but I am absolutely, as I've done this professionally, I've used Pro Tools since a few years out of recording school, and I never looked back for its connectability, its routing, its inserts, so I would highly recommend to learn Pro Tools. Pro Tools may get replaced, but the routing and the way the inserts work and the plugins and the presets and all the stuff in that software. So I would recommend Pro Tools Studio. I would not recommend the base version. I would recommend the Studio version. Now at this point, you don't need the Ultimate version because that's just going to give you connectability to the HDX. In the Studio version, you have all the cool stuff that we could have. You know, you have binaural audio, you have all the mixing things. And the other thing about the Pro Tools Studio subscription is you get all the Avid collection of plugins. So any plugin from EQ, compression, de-essers, tape saturation, reverbs, you get all the tools to start a really good mix. So that is my top 5 to keep it budget friendly, but still get great audio.
What's the grand total, Doug?
Okay, so I have my calculator out. I'm going to add up all the stuff minus the computer. Now this is assuming some of you guys have a computer. The Mac Mini's incredible though for $599. But that would be $240 for the monitors, $179 for the interface, $89 for the headphones, and $179 for the microphone. Grand total of $687 you could get going in the studio for if you do have a computer at home. Now, if we add the computer, which is a brand new Mac computer, you're looking at $1,286. So you're give or take around $1,000. And that's about as low as it gets. Now, if you put in the software for $29 a month, I wouldn't consider that the initial cost. I would consider that a cost over time. $29 a month, if you're gonna be using the studio that month, you can afford it and you get all the plugins. So for $1,286, a little bit over $1,000, you can get a pretty good recording studio to start at home. So that's it. I'm saying with all those elements, you have all the completed stuff to start recording at home. The SSL is high quality. The monitors are high quality. This was a video to show you that you can get into this at affordable prices. The CAD audio microphone is an incredible mic. We've used it plenty of times in the studio. The Mac Mini is so much more computer than you used to get. The headphones are awesome for tracking. They're very isolated, and that's what we're looking for when we're tracking. We want something isolated but mid-range enough so you can hear over what you're tracking. And I think that this video, with your support, we put links to Amazon, and with your support, if you feel you want to buy it, just maybe buy it through us. That's the only support we get, and I'll keep doing these videos, and hopefully this helps you guys out. This is a topic where you can pick and choose, and I'll do a follow-up video on some of the other options. So my name's Doug Jenkins. Thanks for watching. Continue to subscribe, and if you are subscribed, thank you for all the years you guys have watched. So we'll see ya.